Mathematics, entertainment, truth, history. Yeah. We in the meth lab. Got your host, Big Twin. All right, in today's hip-hop news, we're going to talk about Mysonne getting confronted in Harlem on 125th Street. He was giving out the anti-violence signs from store to store. We're going to get into that. Pete.
Okay, so they putting the anti-violence signs up on 125th in Harlem, going from store to store. Nothing wrong with that, as long as you ask the people first. You want to avoid conflict, right? So you're going to ask the people first, can we do it? People say it's a go, it's a go. Now, the bullhorn in the store, that's okay too. You know what I'm saying? Even though that could irritate certain people also. You know, remember, this is New Yiddy. This is New York City and all that. People's already walking around irritated. Watch how you move. Now, the girl, manager girl actually approached them, this and that. She's like, yo, she don't really want them, in the store doing this and that, which I kind of was against a little bit because I feel like she should have been with it and all of that. She could actually be the next victim of a foul atrocity that might happen. You know what I'm saying? So she should really be for the struggle instead of against it, But see, this is another problem of a lot of us and all that. Like, we get certain jobs and all that, and we forget who we are. We forget our place. You know what I'm saying? But yet there's always somebody in the job, maybe a manager, maybe a boss. They know your place, but you step outside your boundaries for the job. Now, the girl getting the brother, calling her brother, okay? That's what any chick out here would usually do. They'll call their brother, their cousin, their uncle. They'll call the dudes on the block that they cool with, the homeboys. They'll call some type of male figure if they feel somewhat threatened. Now, homie did what he was supposed to do. The young dude that came up, he did what he was supposed to do. But here's the thing, he had no wins. Him and his man had no wins. Now, they approached some positive brothers, all right? That's why they was able to walk off from that. Them dudes had no wins against Mysonne and his team. I'm going to tell you right now, I've marched with Mysonne and his team. I done marched from Fordham and Grand Concourse to 161 with these dudes. They focused, all right? Them dudes had no wins against his team. But if you got Betsy on you, you know what I mean? The great equalizer Betsy on you, that changes the whole dynamic. Now, I always tell people, it's not what you do, it's how you do it. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. Now, you could go from store to store all you want. You can do that. I'm all for that. But how you do it is what's going to affect whether you're going to create conflict for yourself or not. Now, them two brothers that came up, I'll be honest with you. I've seen dudes get ran down on more recklessly than I've seen with these two young brothers. But I respect how they came up. The two brothers, the two young brothers, they didn't really come up reckless. You know what I'm saying? They came up kind of regular. I've seen reckless. That wasn't reckless, And Mysonne and his team, they handled that well, as they should have. Okay? They out there for a positive vibe. They out there doing positivity in the community. They can't come back against any foul atrocities that come their way. Mind you, the whole entire thing could have went different, but it didn't. So, people say whatever they want about Mysonne, but right then and there, that could have turned ugly, but it didn't. He had them two young brothers hear him out. They walked off. That was it. The two young brothers knew that this is the wrong situation for this type of energy. So shout out also to them two young brothers and all that. I don't see nothing wrong with none of it. It all went the way it should have went. The only thing I would say is when you're going from store to store, you can't come in there like you're the Gestapo. You can't come in there on some, you know what I mean? You got to come in there humble. That's all I'm going to say. And that's my take on the whole thing. You already know this is Big Twin. This is the M.E.T.H lab and all that. Like, share, subscribe, comment, all that. Thank you for the support. I'll see y'all in a minute. You already know. BX.
Mathematics, entertainment, truth, history.